Have you heard of a little sensation sweeping the internet called dorking?
Oh, I have. I literally almost brought this up to you.
Stop.
Literally. I don't know if it's just like we're being fed this.
I don't know, but it is just like, are straight men okay?
It's not hitting the way you want it to hit.
No, it is anti-sex.
Yes. It's also very, it's 2025's version of like helicopter dick. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just
Right.
like, where like when you were a young kid and you were in like the locker room and like some guy would like do that and like they think it's so funny and it's actually like.
It's the hottest thing you've ever seen.
Oh, I
You're
was
actually
say,
so turned on.
I was gonna say no, like
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It's
all right.
too.
Well,
listen,
me too. I think that too.
Oh no,
Missing.
Greg.
Missing.
I thought this was a duet.
Oh,
Oh, so you're just gonna sing all the parts? Those are not the right sounds. Can you hear me?
Bonk. Welcome to Miss Thing. I'm Greg.
And I'm Tim. And this is a podcast that celebrates and appreciates the Miss Things of the past, present, and future.
Yeah, and every episode we take a key moment from our Miss Thing's storied career and do what we do best, which is make it all about us.
And I'm immediately going to make it all about us because right before recording, Greg was talking about how it's Mercury in retrograde.
Yeah.
And then he started going off on a tangent about something called Uranus.
Yeah.
And I need to bring this to the pod, which is that never in my life have I heard of Uranus.
Uranus, otherwise known as Uranus, which is
yeah.
Tim's preferred way of saying it.
Oh, I've never in my life heard anyone called Uranus.
Well, you are not
Yeah.
in the astrological community. You're not so dialed in.
Is that like a recent thing in the way that like Pluto is no longer a part of the planets?
Honestly, I think, well, yes, maybe, but I think that's like how people are like pronouncing it because I think they're like worried. You know,
Because of anus?
Yeah, you know when like things got a little more conservative, you know,
Yeah.
with what we had to say.
When we were kids, I'm a very elder millennial of me. When we were kids and our teacher was teaching us Uranus.
Yeah. We were saying like the hard your anus.
Yeah.
Like we were fully, like it was fully evoking imagery that we shouldn't have been talking about as minors, but I think they were daring us. Uranus, always the planet, Uranus.
Yeah.
Or Uranus, it's always daring
Well,
us.
for you to just like low key and like without any sort of heads up start talking about Uranus, and I'm sort of like, what is he talking about? Uranus?
Yeah, you go.
Is like I was like you were talking for so long, and I was not listening because I was like, what is Uranus?
You were so shocked and offended. Well, but the thing is, I was actually trying to like protect you and protect us because you think we are like the raunchiest sex podcast in the entire world. Even though we're like as tame as they come.
Listen, my mom's friend Kathy listens to this podcast.
Sure.
You know, and I gotta watch out for her.
Absolutely.
Hi, Kathy. Yeah.
But Kathy is an ally and she
Kathy's an
understands,
ally. And
you
Kathy
know.
probably calls it Uranus.
Kathy, you know what? Kathy, please weigh in. But like, we also know you call it Uranus. But also, just so you know, there are people
Don't you
out
know my
here.
ass is famous?
Sure. And when you call it Uranus, then all of the rhyming that we've become accustomed to no longer applies.
What song is that from her? It's Gaga.
Is it Guy? G-U-I?
Yeah, I think it is.
Uranus. Don't you know my ass is famous?
Yeah. I knew it was
I
our pop.
wanna be that G-U-Y.
Yeah.
I wanna be
Great
that
video.
G-U-Y. That girl under you guy. Touch me, don't be sweet, or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
We can move on.
Yeah.
It is a great video because of Lisa Vanderpump, and I went to Hearst Castle to visit just because of that video.
I've done parts 1 and part 2 of that tour before and after. Had nothing to do with the video. It's like a sort of a Zientek family tradition as we go. I believe there's like 7 parts. There's too many parts, and there's more to do, but I do kind of feel like I got it with part 1 and part 2.
Oh, totally. I did one of the tours as well, and I was like, but wait, I just want to see the Gaga pool.
Yeah. Would you, okay, be real with me. If you had $100 million and you had to spend it on like a house, would you get a huge like mansion, or would you get like a moderately sized
cabin?
Yeah, cabin. No, like a moderately sized house, but it's just like decked out with all the great features.
This is such a
so
tough
specific
question. Yeah, and it's really specific. I think I would probably build a place to my liking. Mm-hmm. I think a mansion sounds appetizing in a way, but like I also know that like managing even the smallest home, like, is a full-time job. Like dishes alone are too much.
You're so dishes and laundry.
And I could have a full staff, which also like is part of the payment.
But you're doing their dishes.
But I'm doing, they're like, I'm cleaning up after them. And I think it's, I'm going to go small but decked out.
I mean, and also it's like, I would much rather have like a beautiful estate as far as like tons of like greenery and scenery.
Totally.
I don't need to like take up all the land, you know, and then hire some. To me, what success is, okay, if we're doing like a questionnaire, you know, we're doing press right now, and someone says, what is success to you?
Yeah, we're always press ready.
For me, the answer is having enough money that someone can do your lawn and all of like the outside like management.
Oh, totally.
I want like to have like really nice flowers, like a really great lawn, and not have to do anything for it.
Absolutely. And not know what any of those plants are, not know what those animals are. Yeah, but someone else is just dealing with that. Yeah, well, they do say, you know, like true beauty comes from within. So like you need to be focused on the inside.
Exactly.
You need to clean up like your own side of the street. Yeah. So they say.
And I think I would have a really fun relationship with the landscapers.
Totally. Totally. And
will they, won't they?
Yeah, and the best part is that they don't have to come inside. They can stay out there.
With like lemonade.
Yeah. Like it's on your terms when you get to interact.
Hi, boys.
Hey. Yeah, and they get like nice and tanned and like muscly from being out in the sun.
In this scenario, I'm Eva Longoria and they're Jesse Metcalfe in Desperate Housewives.
Well, that's the ultimate sexual dynamic.
I saw him running shirtless.
When?
Like years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, the good times.
It was probably like 2015, which was also still like pretty far removed from 2004. But it was still like the like little gay boy inside of me, he probably was right about to dial 911 because my mouth dropped in a way that I was like, is that Jesse Metcalfe running shirtless by me?
Yeah, your inner child is healing, but it's also like so horny. It's
and
like
I was also like thinking of if he was wearing that like lace thong from John Tucker Must Die.
Oh, Jesse Metcalfe.
That imprinted on me.
Jesse Metcalfe, bottom or top?
I'm gonna say bottom.
Yeah, I think with that bod, he's got a little bit of like cushion for the pushing. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things. He is someone who I would like to be a top. And then you get in the bedroom and somehow you find yourself in the position you're like, okay, I guess I'm topping.
Right. Yeah. Like it's just, all bets are off.
You're like, what is this? No, you know, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I probably agree with you there. I actually have a few other people that I wanted to investigate.
Okay,
so we're going to name a few straight guys and decide if they are bottoms or tops.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, ultimate top.
True ultimate top. You will do whatever he asks and whatever he commands.
You also know that he's going to serenade you with a song, and he's the one person that is actually allowed to do that.
Absolutely, and it totally works.
Yeah. Any other person,
Zoobadoo-wah, zoobadoo-wah way, and you're like, fuck me.
Yeah, and you like the next day you go to breakfast with your friend and you're like singing and you're insufferable.
Yeah, you're like trying to repeat the song and you're like, what is this, like the 1920s?
But you don't care because you just got fucked good.
Oh my God. Yeah, the ultimate. Like, he is who I want to be.
Yeah, that is very your energy. Yeah.
Particularly the singing.
Absolutely, especially in Wicked.
Another Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, top.
You
don't
think?
Absolutely. I have to believe that. I have to believe that.
But I have to believe that he's verse. He is verse because like everyone wants him to like do whatever they want. So like he is like by necessity, I think a top for the most part, but I really think he's a freaky bottom too and just wants someone to bottom him.
He's for. It's one of those things where it's like I can't, like the world is not right if he's not a top. I'm sorry, we can agree to disagree, but he has to be a top just for like in 2025, give me this.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, but I think he feels the pressure to be a top when he really, when all he wants to do is just get fucked.
Yeah. and he's also like, it's one of those things where it's like he's an amazing top.
Yeah. But he's also got skills the other way. 90
but no one wants it. It's
way.
like you shouldn't have shown those skills off.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. And last one.
Okay.
David Corrin Sweat, the new Superman.
Oh. I'm gonna say verse.
Oh, see. Okay.
Were you gonna say top?
No, he's top presenting, total pillow princess bottom.
To me, there is something about him that feels chameleonic in a way that I can't picture his voice. I can't picture
absolutely
a lot
not.
of that. Like, it's one of those things where...
Wonderful in Superman, blank.
Yeah, exactly. And there's something about him that's like, depending on the day, you could hook up with him.
Totally.
And the first time, he's the top. And then like 6 months go by, they reach out to you. And you're like, have we talked already? And you're like, oh, I guess we have.
Because the energy's shifted.
So, and then it's like, then the next time it's the bottom. And then you don't realize it until mid-coitus.
Yeah, well, I think between him and Nicholas Hoult, I think they're doing like a tall bottom, short top situation.
Nicholas Hoult is top.
Yeah. I would say, well, in that relationship, certainly. Speaking of straight men, I have one last thing before we get into Don Mom Sauce.
Okay, please.
Have you heard of a little sensation sweeping the internet called dorking?
Oh, I have. I literally almost brought this up to you.
Stop.
Literally. I don't know if it's just like we're being fed this.
I don't know, but it is just like, are straight men okay?
It is so, I don't believe that it's not hitting the way you want it to hit.
No, it is anti-sex.
Yes. Yeah.
It is just crazy what straight men, the outlandish behavior that straight men are exhibiting in order to get attention, and that they're getting attention doing it. It's just shocking stuff. I mean, we're not seeing anything in the past.
It's also very, it's 2025's version of like helicopter dick. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just like, where like when you were a young kid and you were in like the locker room and like some guy would like do that and like they think it's so funny and it's actually like,
it's the hottest thing you've ever seen.
You're
actually so turned on.
I was gonna say no, like it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It's
all right.
Listen,
me too. I think that too.
Imagine anyone doing that. No, sorry.
Well, yeah, I'm just the one thing that I'm thankful for, you know, with the with the dorking happening online right now.
Wait, okay, so we should explain. Dworking is dick twerking. Yeah.
It's shocking stuff.
Which is really just gyrating your hips in a way that your dick is going back and forth and it's like hitting the front of your pants.
And I think they're like trying to infer that there's like a dick under there and it's like big and powerful and it's just like really shocking. And with that,
yeah,
I think we should work on over to Dod Mom Sauce.
Absolutely.
AKA Doll of the Day,
Mother of the Moment, Sister of the Second.
Our first
And most famous
segment where we take a person, place, or thing that we are currently super obsessed with.
Yes.
Tim, I'd like you to go first.
Okay. I was at a fancy restaurant this weekend in Long Beach, which does feel like an oxymoron.
Yeah. Okay.
But all love to Long Beach.
Absolutely.
And I went to the bathroom.
Oh.
And in the bathroom, listen, this is not the first time that I have seen this, but I was reminded.
Okay.
When there are, as opposed to paper towels, they had just like a huge basket of nice, like really nice
like
hand
kind of
towels.
towels. Okay.
Hand towels, individual that you could then toss, and there was like clearly they would like freshly launder it every night.
Yeah.
And that's my Dog Mom sauce. I cannot, like, every restaurant that I go to from now on, I want a freshly laundered hand towel.
That is luxury. That's what
success.
I'd spend my
that's
100 million
success.
on.
Yeah.
Like having someone on staff that just does that for
Yeah.
every single time I go to the bathroom, which is frequent.
When you go to one of those fancy restaurants and then they give you with the tongs, they like right before the meal, and it's warmed.
My God. But I kind of always want that after the meal. It's like my hands are like
it multiple times.
Sure. Yeah. Between each bite.
Yeah, exactly. But enough about my experience.
Yeah, the hand towels.
Yeah, the hand towels.
ultimately.
Listen, I stand by it. But Greg,
Yeah.
what is your Dog Mom sauce?
I'm sure you have seen this all over the internet as well, but my Dod Mom sauce this week is Jake the Rizbot.
I haven't seen this.
You haven't seen this?
I've seen Dworking, but I have not seen. Okay,
so you haven't seen
No.
this. They have unleashed, I don't know who they is,
Okay.
but apparently they have unleashed a gay robot onto the streets of West Hollywood.
No. Okay.
You haven't
No.
Okay, so I first saw a video because so many people sent this to me. There was a robot crossing the street wearing full rainbow outfit and a cowboy hat.
Is it like one of those like Uber delivery?
No, it is a living, breathing, walking, moving robot. So in the video, someone was watching that. They were like, "What is that?" Like they started screaming and it started running across the street as well. Listen, a lot of people are up in arms about this.
I'm terrified of this. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also am kind of the mind that like West Hollywood is kind of the perfect place to unleash this madness.
Jake is his name?
Yeah, Jake the Rizzler.
Okay.
So, but I was thinking...
Okay, Jake the Rizzler, top or bottom?
Well, the thing is, I'm thinking it's like raking in the jizzler. Or wait, because it's definitely slept with half of West Hollywood.
Absolutely, yeah.
But here's the reason why I think West Hollywood is like the perfect place to unleash this.
Because it's the end of the world, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the end of the world. Well, first of all, Jake, skinny.
Oh, right.
Important. Second, 100% made up of artificial parts.
Oh, yeah.
And third, you cannot identify what their age is by looking at it. Like up close, talking to it, you just can't figure out how old it is. So I think it's perfect for West Hollywood.
And also, like, probably like the personality, it might be lacking a little bit.
Exactly. So then it actually, I was thinking it kind of had the perfect personality because it walked up to this. There's another video where it walks up to this woman.
Okay.
And the woman kind of goes, oh, and it goes, whoa, oh my God. the famous Raja O'Hara, like drag racing.
And is it Raja's voice?
Raja's voice. This thing is fully speaks the language.
Who is controlling?
No idea. I don't know any details beyond the fact that it was just making such a splash in West Hollywood.
Terrifying.
It's terrifying, but also at the same time, like, it is really nice to see, like, a bot that's like an ally.
Well, it's nice to see some diversity in West Hollywood.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to send this to me because is the purpose of Jake to just like get the party started at various gay bars?
I have no idea what his purpose is, but he has hit the streets. So stay tuned.
And honestly, that's how I would describe many a gay man.
Yeah.
I don't know what his purpose is, but he has hit the streets.
Yeah, and he will. It is West Hollywood. He's probably a transplant. We'll see how long he lasts. But
in a couple of weeks, he will be on the east side. He'll be wearing like flannel.
He'll be at Hot Dog.
Yeah, he'll have a cap on. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm just really it's curious, and I'm certainly interested in learning more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's just ponder that on a
break. Yeah. We're back, and it's time for our Miss Thing of the week.
Let's get right into it.
Yeah, our Miss Thing this week is Lena Dunham.
Okay.
Voice of a generation.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Honestly, Lena Dunham, a true firebrand, like lover or hater. We on this podcast love Lena Dunham.
And I would say this word gets tossed around way too often.
In fact, 2 weeks ago on this very podcast.
But but she is one of them. She is a genius.
Absolutely.
I mean, is it Wonderkind? Wonderkind.
It's the famous Uranus.
Exactly.
I think she would call it Uranus, quite frankly.
She probably would, but in a way that we'd all roll our eyes at.
Yeah, well, because she's always got to be smarty, a little contrarian.
I just think, for her to have written Girls while she was currently the age of the girls.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were watching it, we were also that age, and it was like this thing where there was a little bit of I feel like all
utter
millennials
jealousy.
Utter jealousy.
Yeah.
And now we look back with just pure love and honestly fondly. We've talked about this in the past episode of just I can't believe that we are the generation that got Girls.
Honestly, well, this is the thing, though. Girls, I am so glad. I'm a little frustrated by, the sudden love, years later, because it was hard times being a Girls fan when Girls came out. It was just there was so much criticism. Everyone had issues with, the characters, the fact that she was nude all the time.
Yeah.
But God, it felt so real. I mean, I lived in New York at that time. I was around the same age. Love it or hate it, and whether you think those people are annoying or not, that is what so much of New York was for people that age. And I just feel like that's what so much of that age was at that moment. Really upwardly mobile, but kind of spoiled and super educated.
But I just think not only was she great at writing, obviously, Hannah is I wouldn't even say it's I feel like it's reductive to necessarily say that it's just a version of her, because I even saw her do an interview. She was doing the Girls Rewatch podcast.
Yeah.
And she said that she's actually more of a soch, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm I just think that she writes characters so incredibly real in a way that when you are watching it, you can't believe that it's not reality sometimes. That you're this is so the words that she chooses, the way that she's an incredible director as well, the way that she will direct certain scenes, it is so real and so lived in and so impressive in a way that she is a true artist, and she's incredible. If you've ever seen her talk about anything, so smart.
Yeah.
And she got put through the ringer in a way that we talk about Britney and we talk about Paris and Lindsay and these people who deserve public apologies.
Yeah.
She in the 2010s, I feel we got better, but we didn't get better when you think of Lena Dunham, because she was truly she did this interview recently too. I think it was that where she said she wasn't surprised with the rise of the Proud Boys, because she was I received comments the Proud Boys are doing now everywhere,
right,
every day for 7 years while Girls was coming out.
Right. Well, people couldn't handle it. I think it was like the true shift like of millennialism into culture too.
Yeah.
She was kind of at the forefront of that, and that show was. And like I think the boomer mind or like the Gen X mind or anyone's mind couldn't handle like a woman that wasn't like pin thin.
Yeah.
Having
And
the
wasn't
audacity
ashamed.
to show her body or
Yeah.
like be sexual or like have opinions and have thoughts. I just feel like the millennial condition really like shone through in a way that was not actually very glamorous.
Yeah.
It was actually very like navel gazy and self-reflective.
I know what you mean in the sense of like, I think the fact that it was like she wasn't self-conscious about her body in a way that so many people thought she should be, but
Or
she
her writing.
Yeah, but like there was a lot of things that like, you know, Hannah was selfish. Hannah was obsessed with herself. Like she was skewering millennials, but not making fun of things that in the past were like easy things to make fun of, aka like someone's weight, which you actually shouldn't make fun of. And it's like, but I am going to make fun of the fact that like we are, you know, spoiled and we are like, we do think about ourselves or whatever. Like it's such a realistic portrayal of like the actual things, like skewer us for this, but not that. Like it was just very revolutionary. And like, obviously none of this is necessarily new, but it's like one of those things where I do feel like she had to leave the industry kind of to recover because of how horribly she was treated for a while. And now she's back, which is why we're doing her. She just had Too Much on Netflix with Meg Stelter, who is a comedy icon, legend. If everyone should be consuming Meg Stelter
Future Miss Thing, obviously.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so nice to have Lena back on our screen.
She's been gone way too long. She's such a breath of fresh air. I think she is a true like voice, a true visionary.
I feel like she's gonna have many other shows,
of course,
you know. And like I actually do think in a way that, and just like that, I think in like 10, 20 years, Girls will come back for like a special season.
Yeah, they'll be called Gals.
Yeah, exactly. And
Lena Dunham started it all in a different way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like that, I cannot wait for, I don't know, like everything else she has to come.
Oh, yeah, we will be watching.
And I love that she like moved to London, you know?
My dream.
It's one of the, it's not my dream, but I would love to come visit you.
People say that all the time, but like I really like when I'm like I want to move to London. They're like, no.
Okay,
like,
why? Why do you want to move to London?
I love rain. I love the culture. I feel like people in London are so cool. They're like Americans. They're like New Yorkers without the anxiety.
Oh,
like they're busy and they have places to be, and they're like fashionable and they're thoughtful and they're smart and they're well read, but like, and they have good taste, but
like
they don't have the anxiety.
I'm like the British people I've met.
Oh sure, yeah, you've got your like only way is Essex types, like
you know. Listen, I would love to come visit you, but I think where I would love to move to, the psychic told me I'm moving to, I think, Greece or Canada.
Oh sure, yeah. Two very
or
different
Italy
spots.
Kind of.
Yeah,
the world always kind of wants me to go to Italy, whether or not I want to go to Italy.
Right.
So I kind of have a feeling Italy is like my where I'll be.
Sure.
How do you make Lena Dunham all about yourself, Greg?
Well, this one was hard for me because like I am such a girl's head, and again, I just literally felt like while Girls was on, it was like my life week after week. But I recently saw a clip from one of the great episodes, and it's kind of making the rounds on the internet right now.
There's so many. Which one?
It's the one where her and Andrew Rannells, are like having the conversation. They're like arguing at dinner about the fact that he like didn't tell her he was gay. And then ultimately like he's like, well, look at your dad.
Yeah.
But in that scene, she says
that was improvised.
So crazy. And I think it was his first day on set.
Yeah. And he's also in Too Much, by the way. So
he is so funny. I love Andrew Rannells so much. But there is one point where she's like, oh, well now you're doing the fruity little voice. This is a fruity little voice. And that took me right back to high school.
Oh, no.
So I had... I was in a play like one summer, and someone I was in the play with, a friend of theirs, like came to see it.
Yeah.
So after the show, I was like sort of talking to him, and I was like, oh my God, like he's kind of cute. Like I'm catching a vibe. But I was like in high school. I didn't really, I was just freshly out.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily know the signs, and I can't assume that like anyone is gay. So we were talking for a little bit, and he leaves, and I turned to my friend in the cast. I was like, is he by any chance gay? And he was like, oh my God, he is. And he like started to like run after him, but he was already gone. So it's like, well, can I maybe like get his number? Which is like how things used to happen back in the day.
Ballsy of you too. Especially at that young age. If someone I had a crush on and then they said I was gay, I was like, okay, cool. Well, I was just wondering for a friend, like someone else. Like I would have totally, and then like gone home and just fantasized about them.
Of course. Yeah. Well, you had to like go with it. Like if you wanted anything to happen.
You had to make it happen.
Exactly. But also like I was amongst like theater people. Yeah. Like it wasn't
safe space.
Yeah, exactly. And like if they have friends, it's like coming to see the show. It's like probably not outside of the realm of comprehension that they're gay. But he was like,
well, mine is not that they're not gay, that they're not into me. At that age, sure. I would have been like, hey, I thought you're cute, and then I would just be terrified at like 17 that they'd be like, not you.
And no, I'm just like, it's slim pickings, like we gotta figure this out. But he was also like so cute, and I was really into it. So I was like, could this possibly be? So it was
okay.
And I got his number, and like back in the day, he wasn't like into AIM. So when I got his number, like I called him one day, and I think it was like a Saturday. And
call, wow, not even text.
Yeah, well, that's like what it was. It was like his home line.
Oh, you got his home phone number.
I love
his
this. Home phone number. Yeah. So I called, and we talked for like hours.
Did his mom or dad answer?
Yes, we'll get there.
Okay.
So we're talking for hours. It's really, really cute. And like we're getting to know each other because obviously neither of us drive yet either too. So like we're kind of like, this is all we have.
Yeah.
And I had to go at some point because we had fully been talking for so long, and I had to go like do something else for like a half hour, and I was like, but I will call you back.
Yeah.
And so I was like, can I call you back later? And he goes, yeah, but when you call back, can you try not to sound so gay?
No.
And I was like, instant like voice drop. I was like, I don't sound gay. He was like, you do. And like...
Was he not out?
So there were warning signs.
I was so excited for this story.
He was not out. Not out to his parents. And there were warning signs all along the way. Like he was like, my mom hates gay people. And I was like... oh, okay. Well, I can work with that.
Yeah.
Me and my like confidence. And when someone says that to you, it's one thing if it's like the bullies at
punched
school.
In the face. I know.
It's one thing if it's the bullies at school, but it's like a complete other thing when it's like one of your own.
I'm like literally so protective of little Greg right now. Yeah.
I know. And in fact, I actually think he is like, you try not to sound so faggy.
No.
And I was like, oh, I don't. But
there was no hint of joke. It was like that.
It was like fully like, don't sound so gay. So that was really shocking to hear. And I was like, fuck that. Like I hung up and I was like, fuck this guy. Like I am absolutely done. Like I will not tolerate that from anyone.
Yeah. I will call him 35 minutes now.
Yeah. And then we had a 2-year on and off thing where I was hopelessly in love with him. Yeah.
So you did call back. And your voice was lower.
And it was the beginning of,
now,
of a very volatile 2 years.
Well, was his thing, though, the only sort of redemption was it just so that his parents wanted, like,
it was so the parents like just don't tip off my parents, although randomly like he had already had so much like more experience than me, but he was like, my mom hates gay people,
so he wasn't like, when it was just the two of you, he'd be like, yo, like, drop the voice. It was just in front of other people.
It was in front of other people, but I think the implication was like, figure that out. Yeah, I should have also, like, there were a lot of problems. I mean, throughout, like, he would be like, oh, you're cute. And I'd be like, but am I hot? And he's like, no, you know, like, Will is hot on Will and Grace. You're like more Jack. Jack's cute. I was like, that is the most fucked up thing. But of course, like, absolutely do whatever you want with me. Treat me however you desire.
There's so many things. You know, I hate being called cute. Call me hot.
Right.
And also those two things. Where is this guy now? I'm going to go to his house.
Oh, where is he now? He's commenting on all our videos.
Is he really?
No, like, why do you guys sound like that? He's one of the straight guys with the private profiles commenting on our video, saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Why do you guys sound like that?
Wow.
No, he's in New York, actually.
And is he out?
He is. Okay. No, he's out, and he's like out to his family. He came out to his family, I think, like when we were kind of together, but we started in a place of like secrecy.
Wow.
Yeah, we're not naming names on the podcast.
Yeah, we're not naming names, but I listen. Not that I'm going to rank past people, but I'm not a fan of this guy now. Wow. But also, whatever. He was 16 or...
But it's like, it's such a... I mean, slightly pre-Obama era. Yeah. Like, I think people, like kids in the 2010s couldn't, like, figure out how hard it actually was to, like, be out in high school. But this is, like, a perfect example of that. Oh. Like, literally at two gay boys, like, trying to get together and still, like, they're, like... sound more straight.
Yeah.
You know, that like internalized but like externalized homophobia. And I was like, absolutely, got it. I will do of course I'm trying to sound straight anyways. Yeah. I just thought it was I saw that video, like that clip recently, and I was like, oh my God, that's the story.
That is, it's like, that's such a good point too, which is just like, I feel like people forget that it's like I came out in 2008.
Yeah.
And it's like, feels so like a completely different world as far as like when I like tell people like what it was like then, and they're like, it feels like it was like, I don't know, like decades earlier in a way that I feel like, and then like just a couple short years later, people like don't even come out now. Like they're just sort of like, and everyone's gay, you know, which we love.
Right.
But it is crazy to think about like just how much progress we have made in a relatively short period of time. And thank God.
Yeah. And certainly they're trying to make it,
we're going backwards.
More back like that. So we'll see. Anyways.
Yeah. Wow.
Tim, how do you make Lena Dunham all about you?
Well, Lena famously makes me think of, you know, being in your 20s, maybe not necessarily making the best decisions.
Yeah.
So this takes me back to a time when I was...
In your 50s, you still don't make good decisions.
Exactly. In my 60s, too. Yeah. I was, you know, a year out of college, first year in LA. I was... A boy had asked me on a date. I went on a date. At this date, very quickly I realized this is not the man for me. Very hot though. It's one of those things that you do where
one of those Adam situations. That man was Adam.
Okay, who's Adam?
Wasn't it that? What's the guy who's in the guy?
Adam. Yes. Sorry,
I can't think of his actual. Adam Driver.
Yes, Adam Driver. But I think his name
is Adam in the show.
Yeah, but I also for a second thought you were spoiling that was the name of your boyfriend in high school.
We're gonna go with that. We're gonna call him Adam.
I was trying to catch you in a lie.
Yeah.
But yes, it was very much an Adam from Girl situation where I was very attracted to him, but like everything that came out of his mouth was just like utter trash.
Sure.
But you're also like, which is also crazy to think about when you're 23. Like I had a full-time job. I was working at CBS with you at the time. And just drinking way too much for a date too. You know what I mean? Where you were just like, okay, well, this isn't going anywhere, but also like maybe we can hook up. You know?
Let's get 8 vodka sodas.
In a way that you're like, but it's like a Tuesday night and you have to go to work the next day, and you like, can't imagine doing that now. You know?
Oh my God, no.
But so date was happening. We're drinking. I'm drinking just to like, you know, get through it and hope
Full
that maybe,
shots,
and maybe there will be some fun at the end, which there was. And I was like, okay, you know, and I knew very much afterwards that like this will, like that I was like, this is all that's going to come from it, you know? And the only thing I really remember about the hookup was that the album that he put on while we were hooking up was 21 by Adele, which is a vibe when you're hooking up with someone.
Yeah, it seems like a clear statement, quite frankly.
It was like a very like, I think he was like thought it would be like sexy, but I was like, this is the saddest album to play while we're hooking up.
He hears slow, so he thinks it's actually sexy, but it
was,
and
it was like I remember too, the classic thing that happens too, where it's just like, he had like 4 roommates, and
although I am thinking, rumor has it, do rumor has it. That's kind of fun.
That one is fun. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
But
so 4 roommates.
Yeah, so he has 4 roommates, and so like I remember like both times too, you have to like, they're all playing video games in the living room. There's like pizza boxes that you have to like climb over. It's like a full fort to get to the bedroom, and then you have to like,
they're all tops.
You all of them too. Like you like were weirdly like wanting to talk to you, and you're like, so like, you know what I'm about to do, you know what I'm, and then like leaving too, you're like, okay, have a good night everyone.
Well,
you know,
it is
like,
LA, they want to make sure that like they don't pass up an opportunity to meet someone
network.
like
to network, exactly. You say you work at CBS? Oh, okay. In what department? So anyways,
you're like CVS.
Yeah,
CVS. That's when you flip it.
Switch it. I'm like, no, actually, aisle 4. And so I don't think anything of it, you know. I'm like, okay, the guy's firmly in the past. I show up to work the next day.
It's me.
It's you. And I go, and this is the other thing that makes me think of girls, which is I'm walking to my desk, and our mutual friend, love her to death, Kylie, she is walking in, Kylie Minogue. She's walking in at the same time, the opposite way. We're walking towards each other, slow motion. We obviously, both of us had a love affair with her. We love Kylie.
Love her so much.
Kylie's coming up to me, and she's looking at me kind of strange.
Oh.
And she starts giggling, and she's a very giggly girl, so I don't think anything of it.
She's constantly giggling.
And so she's like looking at me, and and then she's getting closer, and she starts like kind of analyzing me more, but we're still not like face to face yet. We're still walking towards each other slowly. Then she goes into a full laughing fit. At the same time, my boss is rounding the corner, so it's like a slow like collision of the 3 of us coming closer. In that moment, Kylie immediately like pulls me to herself, and she's like, meet me in the lobby, don't ask any questions, just go. And I was like, what? She's just meet me in the lobby. And I was like, okay. God. And at that moment,
that's also so she's always like full espionage.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
And so then she intercepts my boss, and it's like, I almost said his name, but it was just like, she was like, oh, how was that? And she like just says something about his kids, because he had kids. And I'm like, what is going on? She's like, ejecting me. This is also my boss. Like, I can talk to my boss. But there was just something behind the eyes that I was like, she is like looking after me. And I was also like, is something happening? Like, why was she laughing at me? I was being very self-conscious.
Oh my God. I was so scared.
As I am going to the lobby, obviously I immediately go to the bathroom, because I'm like, what's going on? And this is so mean, which is sometimes I don't look at myself before I leave the house.
Oh no.
So I go into the bathroom
to
find that I have 2 of the biggest hickeys. Like, incredible.
Oh my
like,
God.
Truly, like, it looked like someone took like a baseball bat to my neck. Like, it was so like, and I was wearing a collared shirt, but you know, it was just like my entire neck. Like, and so I was like,
God.
oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Like, and it's also like so clearly hickeys.
Yeah.
You know?
I am so sorry to derail this story for a second, but if there is anyone on this planet that is more hickey than you, I'd like to meet them. You are so hickey.
I am so hickey. I am.
I feel like you definitely not. I know this is kind of like something that's really hard to say, but you ask for it. You're
I
like,
do not ask
you
for it.
want a Hickey. You want the
No.
world to know what you've been up to, particularly at work.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That being said,
You
when I was like 20,
bruise easily.
I do think like that was sort of something where you're like, oh, like especially when you're like recently out.
Yeah.
It's like when you have never received a Hickey and you're like dreaming of the day that you can hook up with someone, there's this part of you that's like, oh, I want to be like a part of the culture. I want to be a part of hookup culture. I need to get it. So like
You're
was
like
a
the
phase.
you need the serial killer to leave their mark.
Yeah. So I'm not going to deny that, like, a year or two out, I wasn't asking for it, but like you would know, and then it's very like 1920.
Well, you didn't,
or maybe younger, but for gays, it's later.
Yeah, you didn't have your volatile, like inappropriate, like very kind of emotionally abusive relationship in high school. Like I did.
I did not. So I had to get it with a guy who likes
in
to play
your
21.
20s.
Yeah. And the sweetest part about this story. So I come out. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Sure.
Kylie meets me and I didn't know this trick and she of course like godsend knows how to. She like comes out with 2 lipsticks did you know this, like you're supposed to do a green lipstick and then like a tan lipstick. I'll never forget it.
Green and tan lipstick.
You basically like cover green, and she obviously like doesn't. She just like has it for this exact purpose because Kylie also likes to have some fun.
Sure.
Kylie's also so Hickey. Love you to death, Kylie.
The two of you, you're Hickey sisters for sure.
And we sat next to each other. That's the reason why we bonded, not over Hickeys, but like we give Hickey energy. We're the Hickey sisters.
You're like the Bagger sisters, but Hickey sisters. Yeah, that'll be your movie when you're in your 80s. But actually, that was like 3 decades ago.
I hope that I'm getting Hickeys in my 80s.
I think we all hope we're getting Hickeys in our 80s. That's like kind of the only thing you can do in your 80s.
You have so many bruises. Yeah.
I'll just call them Hickeys.
Yeah. But she like met me and she's like, okay, like cover it up with this green and then go over it with the
very Elphaba.
With the brown and it will like neutralize.
Sure.
And it literally worked.
I didn't know that.
It was truly incredible. I will never forget it. And I just like, it's the epitome of like a sister being there for you. She intercepted, so my boss didn't see me.
Yeah.
As this like hungover, I'm sure I also wasn't doing a good job of
reeked of alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure.
But at least I didn't like show up unprofessional with Hickeys covering myself. I was like, I look back on that. I don't even think I have to like call her and be like, girl, you did me a solid.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's the meanest thing you've ever said, but also so true. I am so Hickey.
You are so Hickey. It's beyond. You are. I feel like, if there's anyone I can rely on to have a Hickey, it's you.
I'm actually like want us to stop saying it because like I do believe that now in like the next 6 months I will get a Hickey.
Oh yeah, but also like that'll be your nickname. I think that should be your new nickname. Hickey Zientek. Tim Hickey Zientek. Or Hickey Zientek.
Yeah.
That is so like you're so Mickey Rooney. Like your old Hollywood name, Hickey Zientek.
But I'm also so Hickey in the sense of like I will get a bruise, and then I will lie and say it's a Hickey.
It's a Hickey. And you have no shame about that.
No, I'm like, oh, that's a Hickey. And they're like, that's on your pinky. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, well, you don't know what I get into.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
with that. Welcome back. And it's time for our Diva Down. Diva Down, of course, is our final segment where we take a person, place, or thing that is struggling a bit at the moment and could use our unsolicited advice. Yeah. And our Diva Down this week is Emma Watson.
Yeah, Emma Watson just got her license revoked for 6 months.
6 whole months.
Because she has gotten so many speeding tickets. And I have to say, I am utterly charmed by this. There is something that this Emma Watson, I feel like, gives off elegance. She is just like, if you like, there is no one else more that I like think of where it's just like she is like Chanel.
Yeah,
she is just like. Also,
I didn't realize that Emma Watson had such a need for speed.
Well, it's also funny. I looked at the thing. I think she was like going 38 and a 30,
which feels very British.
But also, like that's that's actually like the cop should actually be arrested for that. Going
Right.
38 and a 30, it's like, what do you have to do? You just wanted to get an autograph by Emma Watson.
That's I agree. That's what they're looking for. But like, have you ever driven on the London streets?
No.
It's scary. It's scary.
I've driven in Italy, but not.
Right, but being on the left side, it's just it's really, really, you need to slow down.
Well, this is the thing. Actually, my advice, to cut right to it,
Sure.
is I think that this is actually like a positive development, which is I don't understand why she's driving in the first place. You've already contributed your contribution, just to repeat myself, to society, which is you played Hermione Granger. You don't need to do anything really for the rest of your life. Like
1000%.
You don't need to be driving. You need to have someone driving you around. I know that like you want, like you're going
She
to
probably
school.
will at this point.
Yeah. Well, and this is my other thing. This is my question for you, Greg.
What?
Whatever happened to limos?
Limo culture appears to be dead.
And I don't okay.
Cancel culture took the limos.
I
Fuckers.
There is nothing my other idea of success, driving around in a limo.
Everywhere in a limo with a long stem champagne flute. Whether you're drinking champagne or not.
I'm standing in the little sky roof, waving to people. Greg,
that is carefree, that's fame, that's wealth.
Going in a like black Escalade, or like for the people who go to the Met Ball and they like get those huge big like standing buses, there's no whimsy.
It's trash.
Bring back the limo.
Bring back the limo. I agree. And we need to start training drivers to drive limos again.
Yeah.
Those long ass Dachshund cars. There's nothing like it.
Nothing. You are at your happiest. I think everyone would be happier if like once a month you just had like a little trip in a stretch limo.
I completely agree. And everyone on the street stops and they stare. They go, the person in that vehicle is important.
I think that Emma Watson from now on should only be driven in a stretch limo. A stretch limo.
I like that.
And we all know, no matter where you are, everyone's going to recognize you. So it's like, you don't need to be subtle. Just show up, really embrace it. You are the people's princess.
I agree.
Truly.
Belle.
What?
Belle.
You are Belle. Exactly.
Yeah.
That way, also, we all know you love to read. Read in your limo as you're getting driven around. That's my advice to you.
Yeah, take a load off.
Yeah.
Read. See, I agree. I think that's actually incredible advice. I would love to see Emma Watson, being driven around in a stretch limousine.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something so old Hollywood about that, because I do feel like, even though she was a child star, she is so old Hollywood.
Yeah.
It could really like embrace this sort of like British actress like idea, like this very glam British thing. That being said, I think 6 months is not a long time, but it's like a good amount of time to like take up a new hobby or work on your craft. And with that being said, I think Emma should take this time and get singing lessons.
Oh,
the fact that she has played Belle in Beauty and the Beast, but there was sort of a Charlie XCX quality to her singing
coming
in that
for her
film.
8 years later. Yeah.
Well, I just think that it's, I think if you're going to be in movie musicals, very famous movie musicals, I think you should be able to sing the part. I know that Charlie XCX sound is really in at the moment, but I just think because I'd love to see her in more musicals.
Yeah.
I really would. I'd love seeing her on the screen. So I just think she should take that 6 months, really sort of just recommit to her craft.
Yeah.
She's got it all. I just think
she's elegant and she's grace. She's Miss United Kingdom. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, which by the way, okay, then we'll go. Is there a better song than that song in Miss Congeniality?
The one in a million, lifetime. With that, goodbye.
Yeah. Wait, no. Please
you know what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like and
subscribe. Leave us a great comment. 5 stars and above. At Miss Thing the Pod on TikTok and Instagram.
Cynthia, we love you. We want to have you in our stretch limo sometime.
And we will be seeing you
Congrats
so
on your Emmy nom.
soon
Yes.
in Jesus Christ Superstar.
She
which
got nominated for Poker Face too.
Love that. Haven't
that.
seen a frame.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye. Miss Thing Podcast is created, executive produced, and hosted by Greg Trimmer and Tim Zientek.
It's produced and edited by Benji Simons, with cover art and additional creative support by Claude Zeins.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Miss Thing the Pod.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, but only raves. Strictly 5 stars and above.
Follow Greg at Greg Trimmer and Tim at Tim_Zientek on all social media.
Bonk.